I don't know which one keeps failing. Every time I do this, they say one fails, but it's all good. Hey, welcome. Ace here with another Thursday night video. Thursdays seem to be working out for me when I shoot these videos. So I guess the next thing I need to do is just come up with a consistent time, right? I think if I do that, maybe other people will be able to predict when I'm gonna go on and be able to hook up with me. Doing something real quick, check something. But thanks for being here. Truly appreciate it. Got a lot to unpack today, Thursday night. Some things I really want to talk about in this ever-changing climate. Have you noticed that, and I don't know about you, but I've been noticing that more people are transitioning, more people are leaving the planet. It just seems like more people are just dying for whatever reason. And I don't, with everything that I'm understanding about how we transition and how we leave the planet, I kind of understand it. Um, I feel that some people decide that, hey, they're going to come here, they're going to be here for a certain period of time, and then they're just going to move on. So I think that some of that is going on, but there have been more people just leaving the planet for whatever reason, as though they recognize. I feel that we're on the brink of something powerful that's about to take place, and I have no idea what it is. I just know it's going to be another event, and it's going to change some things. It's really going to change some things. This evolution pattern that we're on, the stage that we're in right now, it's going to just continue to move forward. It's just going to continue to roll in the direction that it's been rolling in. And there's nothing that we really can do to stop it, because I truly believe that every day more and more people are awakening and grabbing hold of a new understanding, so to speak. And this new understanding is putting them in a mindset where, okay, some things are starting to happen. And people are questioning things. People are truly questioning everything. And I think as human beings, especially during these times where so many things that we took for granted is being exposed, I think it's very valid that we continue to ask more and more questions. I think that we should be able to better understand what's going on our planet. And I feel that this mass awakening is taking place all over the planet. It just isn't taking place like here in the United States. I think it's taking place in every country on the globe. People are just waking up. People are embracing this transition that humanity is going through and that Mother Earth is going through. And people are starting to question, people are rebelling, people are standing firm. And I think that all of this that's taking place is very, very, very healthy. Um, and it's kind of cool to watch. Like if you're really just standing back and you're just watching the events take place, it's really, really some exciting things to watch. But yeah, I've been noticing that, I work with my partner. We've just been noticing that people are transitioning. People are they're leaving the planet and moving on to, clearly, it's not the end for them. I truly believe that our essence is our soul and that lives on forever, but we are leaving these physical bodies and, moving on to another adventure. I'm reading a book right now called The Convoluted Universe of Dolores Cannon. I've been following her for a little over a year now, and oh my God, the information that's coming out in this book. um, some of it I already knew, and the book is just confirming. I've been having a lot of I would call them awkward experiences in my meditations and just, throughout the day, losing little bits of time, or feeling like I slipped into another dimension or a parallel universe. And some of you guys are like, Ace is out of his mind. Well, yeah, I probably am, but I think more and more of this is going to start happening with you, like it is with me. You may have some experiences that you're sitting on that you just have not brought to life yet or made public, but there definitely some things that are taking place on this planet that is going to continue to happen. So that's why I love this book. Again, it's called The Convoluted Universe. Um, I just got into this book. This book is over 500 pages, but I have been consuming it like a madman from the beginning when I started to read it. It just keeps me. It just keeps me locked in. Just keeps me locked in. So I want to talk about free will and the power of choice because in my previous videos I've been talking about this agenda to separate and divide us and how they're using different vices to do that. This is one of the reasons why I was so angry. Yeah, I jumped into this matrix when this thing took place about the lockdowns and mandating lockdowns, because I just felt that if we started to give up that type of freedom back then, it would embolden these people to just continue. And that's all we've seen. And I feel like we're spiraling down this road where it's not gonna work. Things are going to reset itself. This is what's happening now is not sustainable. It goes against everything in our nature. I firmly believe that this planet that we're on was put together with a law that states that we all have free will. So this planet was put together with free will as a written law at the very beginning. Yes, we've had enslavement and we've had slavery and we've had classes and we've had the poor and the rich. We've had all of that, and we've struggled through that, but society's always been able to, we go through that. It's kind of like we regressed and we come back. It's always been a pivoting of going back and forth, but free will has always been a major point on this planet. And now it just seems like it's getting to the point where they want to take away that free will. They want to take away that choice, that individual choice. And what would it look like if our free will and choice is just taken away? What would that look like when you do not have the option to say yes or to say no? Like when that's taken away from you, where are we at then? Where are we at? How do things look when we get to a point where there's no free will, there's no choice, there is no decision that I can make? Where are we at? And it just seems like this vaccine is the latest, where there are some that feel that there should be absolutely no choice in the matter. None. And this isn't an argument for or against the vaccine. I've got people that have taken it, I've got people that don't. It's not, it's about everyone having that individual choice. And why are they trying to take it away? And so I feel that it's a form of control. And if we just willingly give it away, then we lose further control, and we take the freedom away from the next generation and the generation after that because of the decisions that we're not making today. And again, it's not about if you're for or against, it doesn't matter either way, but don't take away the individual freedom and the individual choice to be able to decide. And that's where I have an issue with what's going on. And so you look at Nicki Minaj, and let me just put this out here. I don't know one song of Nicki Minaj. I know that she's very famous. I know she's got about 130, 150 million followers on a platform. I mean, I know who she is. I mean, her and I were born in the same country, Trinidad. I mean, that's probably about the only thing I have in common with Nicki Minaj. And that's not to suggest her music isn't great or anything. I just haven't, I wouldn't know a Nicki Minaj song if it was played. I just don't follow the whole rap industry like that. I'm still the cat that listens to Tupac, Eminem, Dr. Dre, you know, Snoop Dogg. I'm still in that, the back in the late 80s, early 90s. I 50 cents. So I don't really know too much about Nicki Minaj, but I know she's very popular. Some consider her one of the greatest artists of our time right now. So not any disrespect. The only reason I bring this up is because I don't want you guys to feel like there's some bias there, because there isn't. However, I do agree with her when she's asking people to pray and to do their own research. But what's interesting, and the only way that I even found this story is because of the onslaught of attacks that she's getting right now because of her conviction, because she's asking questions. And when did it ever start in our society that you can't ask questions? Like you can't even think for yourself. When did that happen? So I listened to her. I think she had a 13, 14-minute video on Instagram, and I listened to it and I felt her. I really did. I felt what she was saying. She was just asking questions, like what's really going on. And they may have made a mistake by going after her because, looking at how big she is and the following that she has, she might just push back. And that video may lead other people to ask questions. I mean, they just attacked her from everywhere. Like, who is she? And again, this is what's taking place. Somebody speaks up and it doesn't go with the narrative. And here come the goons. Here come the media goons to try to discredit, to dismantle, to try to now make this individual out to be crazy, stupid. Who is she? Keep rapping or singing or whatever they want to, say she does, and shut up and just take this vaccine and keep it moving. And that's not to suggest that she won't come to a conclusion in the near future to take the vaccine. That's not even what this is about. This is about you and I having the ability to make the decision for ourselves, to further the freedom of will that we want for everybody. Nobody should be forced. I hear certain countries, kids are being like taken out of their home to get this jab. Like, who does that? That's what I'm saying. This time period cannot be sustainable because it goes against our innate rights. Freedom, 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 freedom of choice, free will. That's like telling everybody that they got to wake up tomorrow and eat hamburger meat. Can't eat steak anymore. And you better do it. And if you speak out about it, if you ask any questions, we're going to come at you. So shout out to Nicki. I felt that she was very brave, very courageous. She said that, and I found this very profound. She said that 80% of the artists that people follow feel the same way she feels as far as asking questions or may not be sure, but these individuals just choose to stay in their bubble and I'm paraphrasing, just stay in their bubble and not even deal with it. I can see that. I can see having a large fan base as a musician or being in the industry or the arena of sports and not even want to deal with this because of the backlash. And it shouldn't be that way. Not even for them. They shouldn't have to worry about their financial security if they speak out or the backlash. But man, if this story doesn't wake you up and allow you to see that there's something else going on, then nothing will. She didn't even tell people not to get it, or I mean, it wasn't even like that. She gave an example of a situation that she's close to, and she just got ravaged. Like it's like somebody sent out an email or a text message to the media community and just said sicker, and they came after her. They're not worried about guys like me. They're not worried about guys like me that got, less than 100 people watching a video and we can censor age. They've already taken down 2 of my videos in the past. And that's why, in some ways, I feel weird doing these, but I'm just going to continue because I'm not doing this to protect my type of financial security. I'm doing this to really help people and bring awareness. I feel the audience will grow. But she had to be very bold. So shout out to Nicki Minaj. No matter what side she ends up on, whether she supports the vaccine or doesn't, I'm standing with her because she is supporting human beings having a free will. She is supporting human beings, no matter who you are, no matter what political side you're on, no matter what your religious orientation. She is championing people that don't have a voice, that may have some questions, because it seems like we're living on a place now where it seems like we're living on a planet now where you're not allowed to speak. You're not allowed to think. We're going to take all that from you and do the thinking for you. And we have to be very careful of that because, again, it started with the lockdowns. And see, this is the thing. I'm not against the lockdowns. And this is what a lot of people miss in my argument. I was never against the lockdown. I was against how it went, how they went about it. If they would have came out and said, look, there's a situation going on with this virus. We don't know what the hell it is. And we're asking you guys to, hey, stay in your home over the next couple weeks until we can get some more data or whatever it is. Guess what? Just as many people would have complied. Because who doesn't want our family to be safe? Who doesn't want our neighborhoods and our cities and our schools and our kids to be safe? We all do. But when you come out and say it's mandatory, when you come out talking about locking people down and this, that, and the other, Oh, that's a whole different deal. We got people now that have to leave their jobs because now you have to be vaccinated. So we have to be very careful. I feel like we're on a real slippery slope here. And I'm not worried about the end game because I know this isn't sustainable. But the quicker we can lock arms and support free will, support freedom of choice, the faster we can move through this. Because at the end of the day, if this does continue, who gets to play God? And what makes them qualified to play God? Because that's really what we're talking about. Who made any politician, I don't care what side you're on, God? The whole situation with the government was to protect the citizens' freedom, not to infringe on it. And I just feel that this is all going to cleverly fall in to this pot that's already brewing that's going to turn in to an explosion of an event that's just going to reset things. This isn't sustainable. So again, shout out to Nicki Minaj, speaking up for the people, letting people know, hey, it's okay to do your own research. It's okay to pray. It's okay to, I mean, we do that with everything in our life anyway. We make our own decisions. It's like telling people, hey, you don't get to work out anymore. We don't want you working out. You don't get to drink your favorite drink anymore. You don't get to say no. So this is on principle. It's not on the situation. It's an individual choice. I've never taken a flu shot, but I don't have anything against anybody that has taken a flu shot. It's never even been a talking point, or it's never even been like a big deal. If you take it, you take it. If you don't, it's no better or worse. So we got to watch that, and we got to sit back and we got to watch how things are playing out, because if you can get away from the drama, you can see the agenda playing out. And that's all I'm trying to say, fam. But understand again that this planet was put together with the law of free will. That's how this planet was put together. We have free will. And I think what's happened over time is some people, clever as they are, have figured out a way to control the masses. Because as soon as you're born, you come out of the womb, the way that a child minds work is within the first 7 years, they're in this thing called the theta state. And in the theta state, it's the imaginary world. Okay. Kids run around and they make up play friends and characters, and, you know, a blade of grass is a figure, a play figure, and you play with sticks and all that, and you recreate your world. Well, this is what happens in the theta state in the first 7 years. And then you add on top of that, they're taking in all these experiences in a very hypnotic way. And the first 7 years literally form a trajectory of how things are going to go moving on in their life. And some very clever people have figured that out. So by the time the kid is 4 or 5, where are they at? Well, they're in some type of environment with other kids that look just like them. And the environment is ran by an authority that begins at that age to tell them everything that they have to do that day: when they eat, when they pee, when they take a nap, when they play, everything. And think about that. From about 4 or 5, this has been habitually programmed into our kids, and they take that into middle school, elementary school, middle school, high school. And then from high school, you either go to college, you go to what, the army, or you go to the workplace. All authoritarian type situations. And this is what we have to reset. So, with all of that grooming from such a young age, it's very easy for the masses just to be told something and they just do it because they've been told not to question anything in their life. Anything. Some people call me a rebel because I don't like to be told what to do. I don't. If I fall on my own sword, then I learn from it and I move on. If I have success, I understand what works and I move on. But I don't like to be told what to do. So 95% of our life is ruled by programs. And if you're not careful, you continue to fall into this repeated trap of just complying. Oh, Ace, quit with the fighting, just surrender. No, no. I'm not for that. I'm not about that. I mean, look where we are right now. You have to pay to live. I'm going to say that again. You have to pay to live on this planet. You have to work for food, work for your lodging, work for everything. That's the way our society is set up. But we never think a couple levels beyond, like, who owns this piece of property that I'm on? Like, we never think of the origination of it. I put a post on Facebook not too long ago. Where do the banks or the lending institutions get the money that they loan us, the people? Like, who do they pay? And where does that stop? Is it God? Is it God that says, okay, I'm going to set you guys up and you guys pay me because I'm the creator? I'm going to give you this dollar, 10% interest, and then they give it to us for 20% interest, make 10%, then pay God. Is that how this works? We don't think beyond that. We just accept. We don't question. And they use things like a credit report to control us, the IRS, all of these instruments of fear to control us. And they have this thing called the election to give the illusion that the people really are in control of their destiny. None of this is working. Think about it. So much havoc around the election year. And when the elections are done, does much really change? But it's the illusion that we have this power to control things. I don't think anybody voted for lockdowns. I don't think anybody voted for a mandatory jab. I don't think anybody voted for insane control. And the pharmaceutical companies, oh boy, you talking about the drug cartel? It- they've got so much money because the whole agenda is to keep people sick. If you keep people sick, then what happens? It's the best form of residual income. Because if I have a condition, let's call it condition A, no, they don't want to cure me of it. They want me to continue to be sick with it and keep me just well enough that I need their medication that I have to get every month or ever so often, because that's a better customer. So, Ace, we want you to live in pain for the next 40 years, and we want you to have to get our medicine that has all these side effects so that we keep making this money. Because it's not about treating the condition to the point where the condition goes away. It's about managing it so that they manage the money that you put in their pockets every so often or every time you need a refill. And you have the crack epidemic to really thank for that, because they understood the value of a repeat customer. Customer smokes a rock of crack, guess what? They need another hit. So the pharmaceutical company took that model and they expanded it. If you do your research, you'll see where the big pharma companies really took off. And so when you walk into your CVS to pick up your prescription, they have it all in these nice little white bags with individuals in these white lab coats. It all looks clean. But behind all of that, behind the curtain, so to speak, there's an entire system that we don't understand anything about, because see, everybody's experience is so individualized. So if I'm suffering with condition A and I'm dealing with the pharmacy, that's my thing. I'm really not going to talk about it. I'm just focused on my certain situation. But guess what? They have 100,000 people a day like me suffering with the same ailment. If you do your research, you'll find that alternative methods were really the first way people healed themselves. Those became secondary because somebody with big money would come inject a large amount of money into a college or to a science program and put their agenda first and put alternative medicine behind. Well, all that is changing. All that is changing. Because as we evolve and move forward, we're going back to our roots. We're going back to what works. We're going back to natural food healing the body. We're going back to trusting our immune system. We're going back to ancient remedies that cured. We're going back to a form of spirituality where we go within and realize that we don't need outer things to take care of ourselves. All of it is changing. So don't fall for the woo woo. Don't just go along with the crowd. I've always had this mindset: if 99 people are going one way, I'm walking the other way just because. We have to start taking our power back on every level. We have to start taking our power back. We've given too much of our power away to our friends, our family members, people that we're in relationships with. and everyone, our kids, we have given our power back. Our It doesn't matter who it is. There's so many levels to this. We've almost been reprogrammed to give more of our power away and suffer because of it, and be okay with the suffering on top of it. I don't want to operate and live my life like that. I want to live my life in harmony. I want to live my life in peace. I want to live my life where I can exercise my free will and I can allow you to exercise yours. And as long as what I'm doing with my life doesn't affect your life, we're okay. But I really, 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 really have a great feeling that this isn't sustainable. That's the good news. It's frustrating. It's frustrating watching it. It's frustrating seeing people like Nicki Minaj being attacked the way she's being attacked. It's frustrating. And I can only imagine, and I'm pretty sure she's a very, very tough young lady. I mean, she has to be to accumulate the fame and the fortune that she has. She's had to be tough. This isn't the first time she's been attacked. So to get on that stage, but what they don't like is someone with that type of power with people, because there are a lot of people that love her. She's got a lot of fans. She can't say the wrong thing. She can't go against the establishment. She can't go against Big Pharma. She can't go against anything other than, yes, we will submit. So they have to attack her character, and they have to paint her in a picture or in a way where no one will listen. So I'm just doing the very best that I can do to get the message out that no, I'm with Nicki on this one. And again, I don't know her. I don't know nothing about her politics. I don't know anything about her religion. I don't know anything. But on this issue, I'm all down for freedom of choice and free will. Real talk. And I hope that many others on her level and in her arena that have a similar type mindset on this particular subject, I hope they come out too, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take more of us to come out and speak. It's going to take individuals like me that have, very small followings. I don't even know how many views this is going to get. It's going to take touches here and there. And if one person watches this video and says, you know what, Ace makes sense, guess what? That person may be able to touch 10 others. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up. There's some other things I wanted to talk about, but I don't want to take any thunder away from the main thing, and that's choice and free will, because I think choice is a form of self love. I was talking to my partner Annette today, and this is exactly what she was talking about. She said, Ace, when you give up your choice and give up your free will, you're not loving yourself. And she's absolutely right, because where does it stop? Where does it stop? Where does it stop? And we can't guilt trip each other. I don't have to defend. If I got the vaccine, I don't have to defend that I got the vaccine to anybody else. And the same thing on the other side. If I didn't take the vaccine, I don't have to defend that either. It should be left as a personal choice. It should be left as private and individual. No different than anything else. But no, what they're trying to do is they're trying to resurrect a vaccinated army against an unvaccinated army, and they want this thing to clash. And that's not what this thing is about. So, hey guys, I am going to get out of here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I'm about 40 minutes in, and I think I'm going to make Thursdays my night. Maybe I'll do a 9 o'clock start. Who knows? Um, but I think I'm going to continue with this on Thursday, and I'm going to try to zero in the time and get some consistency and probably put up some announcements so people know I'm going live. And because nobody knew I was doing this, I just decided I was going to do this earlier today, and I just jumped on here, and here I am. So, but hey, it's been great being here with you guys. Love and respect. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. We'll talk soon.